Welcome back to the subject Object Oriented Analysis and Designs. Today's topics are UML deployment and component diagram, deployment diagram notations, example for deployment diagram, steps for creating a deployment diagram, benefits of deployment diagram, challenges for deployment diagram. Coming to what exactly UML deployment diagram. So this diagram shows how the software design turns into the actual physical system where the software will runs. So till now we had learned the various types of UML models, where the deployment model is an end model which will integrate the overall models into a single system to define exactly the working of the software. So this shows where software components are placed on hardware device and shows how they connect with each other. So exactly this deployment model will helps to implement into the system or into the hardware machine. Coming to the UML symbols or the notations. So these are the various symbols or the notations that we can use for the deployment diagram. The first one is a package, second one is an object, third one is a node, component, node instance. The next one is a component instance, actor, interface to, interface and communication. So all these are the elements that are useful to draw the deployment system or a diagram. So coming to the notations, the first notation is an component, so which is represent the software module or artifacts of the deployment onto the nodes, including the executable files, libraries or the databases, and all the related executable files can be defined with the help of the component element. So this component represents a modular and reusable part of the system. So as we know that all the library files, all the libraries, executable files are reusable. So that can be defined with the help of the component symbol. The next one is the artifacts. So these artifacts is again useful to include the source code of the files as well as the executable documents, libraries, configuration files and any other items. So everything can be defined in the artifacts. The next notation is an interface. So interface is an interconnection between the two methods or an operations that can be represented with a circle symbol, where inside that circle we can define the name of the interface. The next one is a node, which is also again useful to define the physical or computational resources and such as hardware devices, servers, workstations. So generally this node is useful to represent the hardware elements or the resources to implement that piece of software which is developed. The next one is the communication path. As we know that a solid line which is used to communicate between the two elements and which is also called as an association line to communicate between the two devices. This is a simple example how to draw the deployment diagram. So these are the elements that we can see, the component element, inside that we can represent the name, and the outside we can see the node, and each and every node is connected with an link which is called as an communication link. At the same time we will have an actors. So actors will be the external for this deployment diagram. So from the external, these actors are interacting towards the components or the elements. So this is a way how to draw an deployment diagram. Coming to the steps how to create the deployment diagram, generally we need to identify the components of the total models, and then understanding the relationship between the components, and then the greater requirements, whatever the collection details for the hardware, networks. So related to all the hardware requirements are going to be gathered here. And the next one is to draw the nodes and components. Again we have to identify the connectivities between the hardwares as well as the softwares. So when we talk about the softwares, there the connections will be different, like communication will be differ. And when you talk about the hardware, we are using the node to communicate between the hardware elements or the resources. The next one is the connecting the nodes and components. So here we have to make sure that there should not have any system requirements there should not have any compatibility problems whenever the communication is going to be done different between the various devices. So as we know that once the software is completed, development is completed, we need to integrate or we need to start using on the machine. So at that time we need to check the configuration of the machine. At the same time make sure that they should not have any compatibility problem and that should support for that piece of software. And the next one is the add the details. So label is used to add the details. So every time we need to mention the comments whenever you are going to draw the overall model. And the next one is the documentation. This is much more important, as we know that we need to make a documentation for the overall models. So all these are the steps which are need to you follow whenever we are going to create a deployment diagram. Coming to the benefits of the deployment diagram, so there are so many benefits here which provides a clear picture of how software parts are placed on hardware. So exactly how this software is going to be included or implemented on the hardware and makes it easy to understand. The next one is it helps teams talk about how to set up the system, making it easy to discuss and decide on deploying the strategies. So this model is helpful to discuss among the team members when and how to implement on the machine. At the same time, these diagrams assist in planning and managing the deployment process, ensure resources are used efficiently and system requirements are met. So make sure that all the system requirements are met to the whatever the software which is developed. So here majorly the diagram has to helpful to understand the system configuration and how it is going to be support to implement this software. So this serves a useful documentation for understanding how the system is set up, helping with maintenance and future changes. So this deployment diagram is helpful to understand the overall working of the product or overall working of an software. So depend upon all the individual models we are going to deploy. The word deploy itself is nothing but it is going to be showing the end model or the end design of your software development. Coming to the challenges of the deployment diagram, this diagram can get complicated and especially it is big for the big systems and lot of parts is needed. So managing this complexity is very tough. So as we know that deployment diagram is an end model. So this model is a little bit complicated because whenever we develop here the word big system in the sense it's an recursive software or every time it is going to be enhanced for day to day. So if a software is a dynamic software and you are going to enhance for every few days or every few months, so in that case this model it is a little bit complicated to change in the models. So that is the main reason this is one of the challenging thing for the deployment diagram. So next one is making and understanding the deployment diagram needs the knowledge of UML symbols. So as we know that once the total deployment diagram is completed, a general person or an unknown person, a person who is not having a knowledge on the UML models, is highly impossible to understand what is the working of that model. And the next one is updating the deployment diagram when the system changes takes time and efforts. So as we know that whenever the changes are done in the enhancing of that product or enhancing in that software, it is again it's again a time taking to change in the model. Deployment diagram might not show how things changes over time or in the real life use. So this deployment diagram is again not going to be changed every time. So as we know that once a total product is completed, this model is going to be full-fledged defined saying that is an end model. But whenever there is an enhancement in that software, the next modules are enhanced and next software is going to be changed, that is not reflecting to the diagram. So in that case, this diagram again is an static type and we are not going to change in the model. So making deployment diagram often needs a lot of people to work together, which can be a little bit tricky and difficult. So exactly saying that all the developers should understand what is the total working. At the same time, whatever the software which is developed should be implementable on the hardware. So this deployment diagram is helpful to implement that whatever the software which is designed is going to be implemented in the machine or in the hardware. Hope you understood about the deployment diagram. Thank you.